forward to hearing how you guys are doing.
You know what? It's a great experience, I think, but I had challenges with this last one. And so, you just do what you need to do and get your head on straight. But I push through is probably not the right word, but I had to be very disciplined this last time because I had a little bit of a challenge. I wanted to eat food. You know what? I made it and I feel so good and I'm almost graduated with the program. And although I
Wow.
feel sad, I feel good about making it.
Wow. Good for
Well,
you.
Good for you.
Susan is still, I just finished with an onboarding call and she just decided to stay on. So good for you, Susan. That's a lot.
Uh-huh.
So I am so happy you guys are all here. That's awesome.
Hey, what a great crowd.
So I
Awesome.
start mine tomorrow, and I've lost 5 pounds already.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
That's awesome.
I'm trying to.
I'm
Congratulations.
happy about that.
She's just starting, so that's a lot. That's great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Welcome in.
You can go.
All right. So does anybody have any wins or shares they had over the weekend or?
Well, me and Shauna, we made it through it.
Well, that's a win. That's right.
Yeah, and we've connected with each other, so we've helped each other stay accountable, and that's helpful. But the coaching is helpful too, Tammy. I don't know if I would have. You can let yourself off the hook a little bit when you know you're not going to get on these calls, when you know you don't have to chime in every week with our online guide. So I'm super grateful for the coaching.
Me too.
Well, I'm glad you guys find benefit in it. And
Tammy,
hopefully,
this is Teresa. Whoops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Tammy, this is Teresa. I had a win.
oh, very good. Let's hear it.
Okay. So I've been down in your neck of the woods from my neck of the woods, Michigan. I've been down in Santa Fe this past week, and I'm on vacation and I'm with family, and I only gained 1 pound when I was gone, which I consider a win because you're on vacation, things can get a little loose. I'm done with the program, girls, but because I was using the principles and because I may have eaten at a restaurant more than I would have when I was on the program, but I'm back home. I know exactly what to do. I knew enough of what to do while I was gone that I only gained 1 pound, which I was pretty happy with. And I'm right back, doing what I would normally do. So anyway, I thought it was.
Thank you.
Hey, good
Thank you
job.
for sharing that. I appreciate that. Wow. Good. Big.
And I guess what I want people to hear from that is the principles you're going to use are learning them and you'll use forever. When you're done with this, it's still adding value to your life.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And Teresa's graduated a while back, and she pops into these group calls periodically. And I think that's really helpful and important that you stay plugged in because sometimes we get done, it's 12 weeks is over. Okay, I did it. And then they stop coming to the group calls. And, the little by little, we go back to our old habits. So just keep
100%
yourself.
agree.
Just check in, like even if it's once every other week or just one time, a couple times a month, just to get reminded and get pulled back in. Because otherwise, slowly, I've seen it. Not everybody. Some people do great the rest of their life, and gosh, I know we've saved many, many lives. One lady, she was heavy, and she did this program, and she lost enough weight. She was doing a home self breast exam. And she discovered a lump. And had she not lost the weight, she might not have discovered the lump. So on so many levels, yeah, that was a good testimonial. She was grateful, but I totally agree that it was probably had she not lost the weight, that's where fat goes is right in our boobs. So you might not have caught it. So anyway, so come back when you can. at least once or twice a month, or if not more. I love to have my old graduates come back, and I'll call you the ambassadors. So I think it's helpful to have the new people here. You know, they're scared, they're nervous, it feels like a lot. And then they come here and hear how it's, you know, you'll learn it fast, you'll start to pick it up, it'll start to become the new normal, and you'll hear how other people are doing it and succeeding. So.
Oh my goodness.
Can I ask a question, kind of to the group? Like I said, I'm brand new, haven't even started yet. I have a lot of digestive issues and I need healing. And I guess I want to find out, has everybody felt like this program has brought healing? Not just the weight loss, but healing.
I think so.
Yes.
I've had issues with arthritis and going up and down stairs. You know, and so it has rained and then where in the past I would have had a lot of pain from that, and that's gone. I had migraine headaches where, I mean, I had like such horrible pain in between my eyes, and I don't have that now. So healing, yes.
Yeah, but I need gut and liver healing.
Well, that was the main reason I got started is healing with my liver specifically. Now I will go and have my enzymes retested again once I'm done with the program, so I can pop back on and give you some exact numbers. But that was my main reason, is I could tell that things were off, and so you know, because I could just tell that things were off and my liver enzymes tested a little high. And so that's the whole main reason that I got started. Yes, I wanted to lose a little weight as well. And I have, but I can tell a huge difference in my energy. I've got young children, even though I'm in my 50s, I still have young kids at home. And I wanted to be able to have energy for them at night and not just be like, everybody, let's Netflix and chill. And we're not doing that. You know, we went hiking and stuff. So that's the mom I want to still be, even in my 50s.
Good for
And
you.
definitely for me, my digestion is what brought me here, basically. And I really was taking bites of things and swelling and bloating and gas and just in general not feeling good, wanting to go to sleep after I ate because it was just, I couldn't digest. I had no energy to get up and do anything, and I felt miserable. And so, yes, I would tell you this protocol that they have us on, basically to get off of all the confusing things for our body, all the
Inflammatories.
yes. Oh my God, right there, bam.
And
being off
and I
dairy.
have oops, go ahead.
Just-
Also, I have a healing also. I had a breast score on a thermoscan, which it serves a function for, you know, to test early for cancer. And I had a score I was not happy with. And after specifically working with this program, that score has improved to the best it could be. So that's a inflammatory, again, healing thing. But you know, your concern about that's not a gut issue. Tammy, correct me if I'm wrong, but to me, it's like pushing on a waterbed. You can't push on the middle or the corner of a waterbed and not have it affect every single other part of that waterbed.
Yes, the gut is attached to everything. I mean, the inflammation in the body usually starts in the gut, and it's usually because of food sensitivities or the inflammation that we have from the foods that, like the seed oils and this processed junk that it's labeled as food. And in this, the functional nutrition course that I took, a lot of the doctors call it frankenfood. It's like, if you look at the ingredients, you don't even know what it is. I don't have that in my cabinets. I don't cook with those things. So there's a lot of fake foods out there. But yeah, if your gut is off, we've got a leaky gut, it usually means we've got something's going on with the brain, because they're just connected by that vagus nerve. And it's usually both. So if there's anxiety, you might feel like anxiety, but that's gut. Crohn's disease sometimes only shows up as anxiety. So we think we got a brain problem or a thinking problem or anxiety problem, but anxiety comes from the gut.
Well, Tammy,
Because they're connected.
then maybe that's why I'm being able to get off my citalopram, because my gut is starting to clear up and I'm not missing the citalopram. I didn't think that was going to be possible.
See,
So,
that's a beautiful testimonial. I love that.
yes, it is. Trust me.
It sure
Yes.
is.
Fantastic.
So, how did you know, Patrice, that you were able to get off of it? Was it a certain like months later that you
Well,
figured that?
as it would happen, I started having heart issues, and doctor sent me to another doctor, and that doctor wanted me on a statin and a Plavix, which I hated. But then I went and had the heart cath and all that stuff, and stay on all that. Well, so right before that, I had said, look, I want off my citalopram. What if we try something else? Because I'd been on it for so long. I was afraid of that, because you read about it and I was just afraid of it. And so I got onto Wellbutrin, and I think Plavix started messing me up bad. And I backed out. I told my doctors, no way am I doing that. So help me get off that. So I had to get back. I had gone off my citalopram to be able to get onto the other, right? Well, I just didn't get high onto my citalopram again. And then I started this program. And I was feeling anxious, but I decided to go down the other way because Dr. I said, hey, when you feel healthy, when everything gets better, your doctors are going to want you, hopefully off that medication. I want off of it. I know that. So I'm telling you right now, I don't feel the nervousness and the anxiousness. So that's how I could tell. And I went down little by little by little, very carefully.
That's great. That is such a great testimonial. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome. But I'm also doing the same thing with thyroid. Not that anybody told me I should or could, but I am little by little.
Yeah.
And I seem to, I'm going to get blood labs done, but I seem to be doing really good.
That's awesome. That's
it really is.
That's
awesome.
one of my, I'm
What's that?
sorry. I just wanted to add in, that's one of my goals, is to get off my thyroid medication, because I've been on that for 3 or 4 years now. And I went from levothyroxine to Synthroid. Synthroid, I don't seem to have the side effects that I did with levothyroxine, but I still want to get off it because the heat, because I live in Florida and we have heat and I get out to do some sports things. That's the biggest one that bothers me, is I get where I can't breathe.
Well, we've got to get the gut right, because
Yeah.
when the gut is off, they call the thyroid is kind of the canary in the coal mine.
Yeah.
So when the gut is off, we may not know it yet, but it affects the thyroid. And especially the adrenals are very connected to the thyroid. The adrenals are off. That's why we want you off the caffeine. And I know some of you are crying. You're crying really hard about your coffee, but so do yourself the favor, wean yourself slow. But we want to make sure that we give those adrenals a break, which will give your thyroid a break. So just follow the program to the best.
I wean myself off coffee. I don't miss it. I really don't. I'm surprised, because I was 3-4 cups a day.
Oh,
and I don't miss it.
That's common. That's very common. It just don't do it fast. Don't try to cold turkey fast. Just to take your time.
I went like a half a cup and then a quarter cup, and then I was off.
Yeah,
that's good.
Diane.
Good.
Is there a coffee substitute?
I recommend Ticino. It's spelled Teccino.
Shauna has something too that she's been drinking.
I do Dandy Blend.
Wow.
It's good.
I
Oh,
just
that's right.
found that it is the most coffee-like product that I have found out there above Ticino.
Which one?
What is that, Susan? I'm
The
sorry.
Dandy,
Yes, it is. I agree.
yes,
Dandy?
Yes. Blend.
yeah,
Where do you get it from, Patricia?
Health food
Online,
store.
Amazon.
Amazon?
And I get the organic one. And to be fair, like Tammy told me, but I've used it before, so I know I'm gluten intolerant, and it cannot tell you with all certainty that there is no gluten, none, zero in the barley. But at the same time, the factory that makes Dandy Blend does say I forget how they put it, but if you research it, they say they're all, yes, that's exactly it. Is yours organic?
Yes,
Okay, yep,
Says right
that's
there.
it. I take a tablespoon of it instead of
I
a
do
teaspoon.
too.
Yep, because that
I
just
like it
puts
strong.
Yes, ma'am. And I'll even get some extra organic.
That's literally what's in here right now.
Yeah,
Wow.
I get extra organic roots. Chicory root, just because I love the taste of it, loved it in my coffee. And
I haven't found that. Where do you find that?
again, I go on Amazon, but I get organic.
You can get almost
Everything's on
anything from
Amazon.
there. Yeah.
It's just easier, right? I can get it sent to me monthly. But I was putting that in my coffee because it was organic, and a root, it helps the gut. Chicory root helps the gut. My gut wouldn't hurt me so bad to drink coffee if I put chicory in it. And that was the only reason I put cream in my coffee, which I've had to get off. But I put a little bit of MCT oil in it now, a teaspoon only, and blend it up. And oh my heavens, and a little stevia. It is good, and I almost don't miss my coffee.
All right, guys, I think we should move into the topic for tonight. I know a lot of people are here, so what a great shares, though. I appreciate everybody. And Susan, we just did the onboarding, and she just stayed on the Zoom call. So thank you for staying here,
Thank
Susan.
you.
So hopefully this will be helpful for you. So this week we're talking about travel. And so tonight what I wanted to do is dive into what to do before you go. So this is a really important piece. If you can set yourself up for the win before you even go. So you're getting ready to go to a trip and you're going to another country or this new city or whatever. When we call our travel agent, we set all this stuff up. You're excited about it anyway. So this is the fun part anyway. So whether you're on the program or you finished the program, but you want to kind of stay compliant, or you want to eat healthier, you want to make sure you have the best choices available to you. So I've got a list of things that we can do before you go. And again, it's fun because you're excited to go, so you want to see all the things. So if you want to grab a pen, I'll give you a list of things that we can do before you go. All right, so the first one is know if your hotel has a microwave or a refrigerator or a mini kitchen, kitchenette, whatever that case is. Because if you know that, then you can prepare for that. Or if they don't, ask them, can you put a microwave in the room? Can you put a hot plate in the room? Can you put, that kind of stuff in the room? Also, if the answer is yes, well, are there plates? Are there cups? Do you put spices in there? If it's an Airbnb, sometimes they have spices, sometimes they don't. Usually they have plates and forks and stuff like that. But these are some questions you can ask your hotel or Airbnb or wherever you're going to stay, especially hotels, because there's a lot of wiggle room. Some of them are suites that have the cooking capabilities, and some just have a bed and a bathroom. So that's an important thing to note, and also knowing if there's plates and forks and all that sort of stuff. Number 2 is knowing the restaurants nearby. So if you know where your hotel is or wherever you're staying, Airbnb, you might want to Google restaurants nearby, and then maybe to even do restaurants walking distance from that. And that might be something that you can Google, especially if you can find a restaurant that sounds good that you can walk to. So now you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, because when you walk through a city, you're going to see it more. You get to walk to and from the restaurant, and walking after dinner can help regulate blood sugars. So that's an important piece, the thing you want to do anyway. But if it's close by, if it's not walking distance, at least you can do the homework and look at their menu and see what they have that you can have. Or you can call ahead and say, hey, am I allowed to substitute, the fried chicken for a grilled chicken, or whatever the case may be? So you can call ahead and ask questions, or see their menu on their website, and that way you'll know. That only takes the stress out of traveling. Like, oh my God, I hope they have something I can have. You'll already know that, so it'll feel good. And plus, you feel confident that you've already picked out. I'm either having A or I'm having B. I haven't decided, but I know I can have one of those two dinners. And so it's another way to get excited about your trip, and knowing that you're going to stay compliant and stay the programs, stay the course. The next thing you want to Google is there any grocery stores or food marts in the area that hopefully is walking distance. So if you're in a hotel and they do have a refrigerator and they do have a microwave and they do have plates and a frying pan or whatever the things they have, you can buy accordingly. So you can buy a bag salad. You would get a different dressing, because most of those bag salads have the seed oil stuff. But you can buy cans of tuna. I'm going to go over snacks tomorrow. You can buy some eggs, if you can cook them in the microwave, whatever they have. Maybe they have, a way to warm the food. I don't know. But that's some things that you might want to know. Is if there's a store nearby, but that way you have that information. You can hit the store before you even check into your hotel. Number
seed oil. I'm sorry, what is a seed oil? I don't know what that is.
Seed oils are the oils we want you to avoid. Anything, oils that are made from seeds, but like the soybean oil is what most restaurants use, or vegetable oil, canola oil, safflower, sunflower. These are oils that are processed and not good for your body. That's why in this program, we're sticking with avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil, and flaxseed oil is on the menu as well. You can use that. Another thing you might want to Google before you go is just find out if there's a farmer's market. Of course, depending on how long you're staying and what your abilities to store food is. But what's cool about farmer's market is it's probably going to be organic. You're going to get to talk to the locals. So if you're in a different kind of a culture or a city you've never been in, it's a way to kind of interact with local people and learn about their culture and learn about their different foods. But they're usually outside, so you're getting fresh air, you're seeing the city, you're seeing that part of town. So farmers markets are a nice place to go. There's something to do, it's fun, you're walking, you're outside. So I like to look those up. Another thing you want to do before you go is I put down excursions. So if there's any excursions that you want to take that might have more of an active side to it. So if it's snorkeling or paddle boating or kayaking or a bicycle tour versus a bus tour. If there's something you can get on a bike or ATVs or all kinds of stuff like that. Bike rentals, rappelling, snorkeling, paddle boarding, hiking, see if there's hiking trails. Your hotel or Airbnb might be able to help you with that as well. Or boat rentals, just getting outside. Or pool activities. That's another thing. A lot of these resorts, not only do they have pools, but a lot of times they have pool activities. And that's when you want to get in and play. You're there to have fun. You're on a vacation. If you have any background sounds, you might want to mute if you have a TV on or anything. So a lot of the times in the pool, they have water aerobics or games in the pool volleyball. And so participate in that if you can, if you're physically capable. You're out there, you're having fun with strangers. You're never going to see anybody again, but it's a lot of fun. But it's just a way to get involved and be present. Most of us, at least I've always been the girl, get up there and you lay out by the pool and you're laying there, which, you're getting some vitamin D, but be sure to protect yourself with the healthy sunscreens. But see if they have activities. Another thing is also, does the hotel have a fitness center? And if they do, sometimes they do offer fitness classes like yoga or Zumba or whatever. But if you can call ahead or look on their website and you say, oh, they have yoga and they have one early in the morning, or they'll take us on a morning walk. Sign up for some of that stuff. Do that stuff. Take advantage of it. They're probably going to charge you a resort fee, so you might as well take advantage of it and enjoy it. And that's what you're paying for anyway. Oh, the next one. There's a lot of snacks, travel snacks, that you can order online, and I'll go over a lot of them tomorrow. But before you go, you want to get those ordered so that you have them ready. So at least, Amazon's usually pretty quick. Sometimes it might take a few days depending on where it's coming from or where it's going to. But there's things like packaged olives or packaged artichoke hearts, things that are meant for travel. So those kinds of things, or certain bars or certain like turkey jerky, no sugar added. Those are things you might want to order online. Get it, do it a week in advance, so that way you don't have to worry about it the last day before you're ready to leave and you're trying to figure out, travel snacks. You don't want to go to the grocery store when you're trying to get ready for your trip. So that's a before you go to your trip thing. And then lastly is get your books all set up. Get your Audible books or, your physical books if you're going to do that. But Audible is great because you don't have to carry the book. And if you have some headphones, you can listen to it on the plane, or you can listen to it in your car if you're taking on a driving. Can you take those snacks overseas? That's a good question. And fresh fruit will not fly too well. But I would call the airlines or a travel agent and see what they have to say. And I don't really know. That's a good point. I'm going to Mexico next week, so I kind of need to know that too. So they might, how airports are, they'll make you just throw it away, which would be a shame. But then we're stuck with nothing. So if we can have that stuff, as long as you know that you're allowed to take it. Let's see. Oh, so having your Audible books, and I just found out, a friend of mine was telling me you can get like books on tape or Audible books from the public library, and it doesn't cost you anything. I never knew that. And my friend was telling me like, oh yeah, but then, sometimes you can't find it because they've rented it to somebody else. And I'm like, but if it's digital, couldn't they just rent it to everybody? So that was new. I got that information last night, so I don't know.
I think the app is called Hoopla, Hoopla, and then you look up your library.
Oh, okay. Kathy looks like she's shaking her head like she knows what.
Yes, I've used Hoopla, and then also there's Libby that's through our library as well.
Okay.
But Hoopla has a bigger selection, and it's not as like they're all checked out. So Hoopla is good.
Okay.
And you can do audio, or if you want like to read the book as well.
Ebook.
Like a Kindle, like an
Yeah,
ebook.
yeah, yep.
So, and that's great. And what's good, what I would encourage, because here's the thing, I know, and I'm one of them, I'm human, but when we go, especially vacation, like if it's a work travel, it's a little bit different. But if it's a vacation, it's like, I'm on vacation. I can do what I want. I'm going to have the thing, and I'm going to have the thing, and I'm going to, it's like calories don't count, and, it's all the rules go out the window. So with that being said, so we don't get caught in that trap, because it is a trap, is the books that you choose, make them motivational or make them health related so that it makes you more excited or stay excited to continue to eat the healthy foods that we're recommending that you eat. Or if you get someone that does the personal development stuff, I've got a whole list of people. If you go into the travel section in the drinfantino.club, there's a travel on the left column, there's a travel. So look for the list of audibles or audios that I recommend. And there's different, we'll say artists, but there's medical people that are health and wellness people that if it gets you more excited to want to choose the right foods, or there's the other personal development people. So we've got like books like Atomic Habits or the Break the Habit of Being You, The Four Agreements, Think and Grow Rich, The Blood Sugar Solution, Mindfulness in Plain English, Life Force by Tony Robbins, The Power of Discipline, Let Them by Mel Robbins. And there's different or you could just get maybe downloads from YouTube from people like Dr. Barbara O'Neill, Dr. Berg, Dr. Mark Hyman, Dr. Amy Shaw, Dr. Taz Bhatia, Dr. Vincent Pedre, Pedre. All these are doctors and medical professionals, but if you're listening to them talk, about the different kinds of foods and the effects that they have on the body, it makes us want to make those right choices. But on the other side, you could do the Tony Robbins or the Jack Canfields or Les Brown or Jim Rohn or, I don't know, Wayne Dyer, different motivational kind of guys. Those just kind of ramp us up and get us excited about whatever the case is. Like, I can do this, I'm strong, I'm powerful, all the things, so that when we get to the resort or the place, we're kind of in a different mind space, which will be helpful rather than, okay, I'm on vacation, it's free for all, let's belly up to the bar and order the frou-frou, umbrella thing that has a boatload of sugar and dairy and coffee and all the things. So that would be some of the things that we can do before we go to set yourself up for the win, when you're about to travel. Does anybody have anything to add to that? Ooh. All right, I'm looking at the chat, and someone said, could you have it shipped to your destination? That's a good point. I would call if it's a hotel or Airbnb, you might call them, or the shipper, because some people say, no, we don't ship out of the United States. So I think that might depend, but that's not a bad idea. That's actually a good idea, especially if you're on an airplane and you're going to stay for 10 days and you're shipping, you don't want to carry a bunch of foods, then you want to have them. So that's actually a great tip. And that's why I love when y'all show up live, so we can get extra good tips like that. Let's see.
Tammy, so I went someplace and the person that I was staying with would print off the menu and you don't have to print it off, but they would print it off or look up the menu for me before we went. This was, like maybe I only knew that day that I was going to go, but then I could look over the menu and select the things that were, adherent to the program. That really helped me.
Yes, and you can usually, most restaurants will have an online menu. So before you go, you already know, like if I'm going to go to this restaurant, it's right by my hotel, and I'm like, oh, they have that good salmon, and then they also had a chicken that sounded really good. So I haven't decided yet, but at least I picked out those two, so I can stress-free go into that restaurant, especially if you're with a group, and the group wants to go over here. And that's real life. That's how that goes. At least you can go, get on their website. You don't have to print it off, or if you want to, and circle, print it off and circle the thing that you've chosen, so you remember. But yeah, that's if you know in advance what you can have, it just takes the stress out of it. At least for me, it does.
It does. And then I just took I have like a 1 or a 2 ounce little glass bottle. I put my good oil and my vinegar and a little garlic in there. And I just slip it out of my purse and pour it on the salad, because I'm pretty sure that the salad dressings they have are not going to be what I want.
100% right. They probably all have sugar, and I'm sure they're all made with not the right oils.
Okay, I have a question that's related.
Yes.
I know I probably shouldn't be looking forward to my glass of wine. However, let's just say I've cleared my candida and I'm doing good on my weight and I'm ready to go have a little celebration on our little trip. What if I promised myself that I would get whatever amount of exercise in that would allow for that 5-ounce pour of wine so that I could eat up those calories?
So that's a great question, and I love that because alcohol is usually a common thing for trips and vacations, and that's just normal for a lot of people. So with wine, I would say wine, it does have sugar, so we want to
Yes.
be very careful with the wine. I might just flip it and go either one of two different ways. Switch the wine to like a brut champagne, which has often less sugar, or go the other direction and just do like a vodka soda or a tequila soda with a lime or a lemon in it or something like that. And there's zero sugar in that. The problem with alcohol too is that it does affect the gut microbiome. So there's that. But if you've done your 3 months and you're on vacation and you have a drink, as long as it's not filled with sugar, I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world. I wouldn't recommend that in the first 6 weeks by any stretch, for sure,
The first 6 weeks of
your program.
yeah. Okay.
I mean, and really, it's not recommended the first 12 weeks.
Which I promised myself I'm not doing it for 3 months.
Mhm.
We just booked a trip and it's our way of staying the course and doing a good job, and we get to go somewhere for New Year's. So it's kind of interesting that we're talking about this now. It's timely for me. So
Yeah.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Ha.
Christiana says TSA website has the rules regarding, oh, that's great. So if you guys look in the chat, there's a website. So if you click on it, then you'll have it on your computer or on whatever device you're using. But you can go dig in and find out what they will allow you to travel with and what they will not. Thank you so much for that, Christiana. That's a good thing.
May I ask an unrelated question?
Absolutely.
All right. I'm on day one, and thank you for responding to my question this morning. I've got questions about the what to eat on each day. So my assumption is that, say, I don't want to have Brussels sprouts and side salad for dinner, that I can sub it for something else that's already planned.
Yes.
Okay. And then there are some days where it says snack, but then there's nothing listed. Was just decide for yourself, or no snack at that
That's
point?
come up a lot lately. Everybody's worried about the snack. Like, I don't want to eat a snack. I'm not hungry for a snack or whatever. There's room in your journal pages to write a snack if you have one. If you don't want one, you don't have to write. You can just leave that part blank. If you want one and you don't see one listed on and it's just an example menu. You do not have to follow it day by day by day. I would say look through those meal ideas. It's on page 57 for the new people. And it's, just go, oh, the breakfast on day 1 looks good. The lunch on day 2 looks good. The snack on whatever day looks good. You can mix and match that.
Okay.
So,
but if it doesn't specifically list anything for snack, is it just
you can
make up
still
your
have
own?
one. You can still have one as long as it's
Okay.
something on the enjoy list.
Okay.
Tell me your first name again. It just says iPad.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lynn.
Lynn.
Why do I
Oh,
guess
yes. Okay. Very good.
Yeah, so far so good, although I'm kind of fading here.
It's your first day. I know it's overwhelming. We've got some brand new people on the call today as well. So it will feel overwhelming and scary even to get started. But once you get going and you keep referring to the menu examples, and you say, okay, and then mark your favorites. If you are making one of our recipes and you love it, kind of dog ear it or mark it so that you remember to make that next time or in a couple weeks again because it was good.
Yeah, what I'm finding is I kind of work in a circus. I'm a school teacher. So I'm trying to find things that I can grab quickly. And I made poor choices for that today. So I'm behind on my food, which is why I'm fading.
Boiled eggs. Do boiled eggs.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
go
thank
in.
you.
Yeah, it feels good and they're easy.
Yeah, I just need to have pre-prep stuff that I can just grab and run.
Yep. Olives are a great snack. And, you can do pickles. If you go to the, let me see if I can share my screen here. I'll show you.
Oh, well, that's expected. I do boiled eggs too. That's a great suggestion. Yeah.
All right. So if you go to the scheduling link, there in the recipes here, there's a snack list. Let's click on it anyway. So there's a snack list so that, Lynn, this might be helpful for you to, so you have the food in the house so you can grab it before you run to work in the morning. So the first month and then the second month and some other tips and ideas. But this is in the scheduling link, this is where you guys came to book your onboarding. This is where you're going to book your one-on-one. You can find the private group here. You can also find the manual, the weekly check-in sheet, and your online journal. If you're going to do your online journal or handwrite your journal, either way is fine. But this snack list is up here in the corner. So that might be helpful. And even on that, in fact, there's a snack list, a travel snack list in this orange, if you click on this orange button, the private group, drinfantino.club. And if you go to the travel on the left side in the gray area, look under travel, I have a snack list for you there too. And I also have the Audible list for your books on tape to give you some suggestions of stuff to listen to as well.
Okay.
Is anybody else? Questions or comments? We have a great group tonight. Big group. We had as many as 20.
Good.
Oh, Evelyn's just telling Lynn you're gonna love it.
Oh, the program?
Yes.
Well,
Awesome. Thank you.
you're gonna
Yes.
love this group. I'm not kidding you. You're gonna learn so much and it's gonna make it not so scary.
That's the thing with these groups, and not everybody joins. I don't know if everybody hears the replays, but I just think without this kind of information and this kind of connection and this kind of community, I mean, I just think you're just missing out on so much of the program. And those of you who are showing up know that.
This is true. I have a question, Tammy.
Yes,
Well, I
yes.
have something I want to share. I don't know if anybody else, because I'm now in week 2.
Good. Let's
I
hear it.
am struggling with getting the supplements in at the time that we're supposed to do it. Like, especially if I'm working and I look up and noon has already passed and I haven't done my noon supplement. So I end up taking it like really, really late at night or in the evening. I don't know what effect it's gonna have.
The main thing you don't want to do is take the appetite appeaser too late in the evening. And I know the appetite appeaser is suggested at lunch. So make sure you can maybe, you could take 2 of them in the morning just to make sure it doesn't get to be later in the evening.
Okay.
I put mine in a dish on my desk. So if you're going to you put your supplements in maybe a little dish. And I'm sitting at a desk here. So if I have them in a dish, every time I go to take a drink of my water, I know to take a couple of supplements.
Yeah, I actually do have them in a little, like I have a little, like little storage bowl, tiny,
Yeah.
like something that you would put salad dressing in. And I usually in the morning, I'll get the morning ones because I realize now I have to take them with food on my stomach. So I don't take them until I have breakfast. And then I try not to take them until I have lunch. And so, yeah.
And then, what day are you on?
I'm on day, what is this, 7? Because I'm on the second day of my prep with nothing but veggies. So
Oh,
now I
okay.
even have the evening ones that I have to take now. Because
Okay.
last week it was just morning and noon, but now I got to squeeze the evening
Well, I
ones.
was going to say, if it's too overwhelming for you, we could just leave it at morning and noon and just eliminate the evening ones, at least until after the cleanse.
Okay, well
But
maybe I'll
But
give
the
that.
cleanse, there's so fewer, there's fewer, a lot fewer, so that it might be doable. So if you can hang in there with it, do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Oh, I'm reading Patrice.
But when you
Yeah,
get back
thank
onto
you for sharing that.
veggie days and the evening ones become too much, we can
Mhm.
go ahead and skip some of those. I would say just put your vitamin D, the evening one, just take 2 of those in the morning because it's a fat soluble vitamin. And so your body will store it what it doesn't need. And it's
Oh,
better for you in the morning anyway because it'll help with better sleep if you take the D in the morning, the vitamin D.
okay,
You
okay.
take both of them in the morning and none of them at night.
Yeah, and then the other thing, I'm just being transparent. So,
I
um,
love
is
questions. You know that.
is the water. I usually can get the 8 glasses in. I think today will be the first day I'm going to get more than 8 glasses in. So,
So as long as you're getting about half your body weight in ounces, so for someone 200 pounds, it would be 100 ounces. That's
right,
the number you're going for. Okay.
right.
Tammy,
I haven't
I don't
made
know how many ounces your glasses are.
it. 64.
Tammy,
It'll 64.
share with her what you told me about the container you have for your water.
Oh, yes.
That made such a huge difference for me because I could put my mouth on the straw and suck the water in, and I don't have a problem with getting my water in now.
But it has times on it. So it
Yeah,
has
I
8
have
a.m.
one like that. I do. I bought one for this because my other one didn't have the straw. It got the motivational sayings and the times, and I'm
Yeah,
still
got the little.
yeah, yeah, I have that. So this has helped. It's just that I'll get preoccupied and I'm like, oh God. But like I said,
But
today,
leave this on your desk so you see it.
yeah. Yeah, but thank you for that. I did. I bought this just for this because I knew my other water bottle wouldn't work with this plan. I needed something with a straw in it already.
And where do you buy that container at?
I bought it online.
Amazon.
Amazon, okay.
I got mine on
All
Amazon.
together now.
Amazon.
We should be getting commissions.
Commission, yeah.
Right.
Before, I just couldn't get enough water past because it had to go past my teeth and it was too cold. My teeth are too sensitive. So seriously, having that and my water's not quite as cold. I don't have as much ice in it. And the straw in my mouth instead of having to pass my teeth, I'm telling you, it made me all the difference. So I'm meant to tell you that, Tammy. So thank you for that.
Well, I'm glad it helped.
It did.
Hey, Tammy.
Yes.
I put a filter on my faucet so that I didn't have to buy water or put it in a filtered pitcher, and because I prefer to drink it not cold.
Yeah.
And that has saved me money, but also it's really convenient. Like if I'm boiling water, I'm going to use that filtered water as well, and
Yeah.
it's not cold.
Yeah.
But I will say that for me, especially when I went through that first cleanse, like I had to be like near a bathroom because I was going to the bathroom constantly. And I do also have stuff that measures the amount of water, but I do with work that I do, I can't always be drinking enough water to have to run. I can't leave what I'm doing. So I try to get in as much as I can as well, but sometimes it can be challenging. So I do agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah, you just do the best you can with what you have. I know there's certain jobs, certain situations, I mean, I have some school teachers, just they can't leave the room. Yeah, I guess I got another one now. I didn't know that's what you did. So that's, and the nurses, my nurses, they're running around, they work in all these hours, but what is that?
Oh, that's
Filter?
fancy. Oh, that's the
That
filter.
is called a water H. It tells you, it flashes and tells you if you haven't drunk in a while, and it keeps up with how much water you drink during the day.
Wow.
That's
cool.
fancy.
Oh, shit.
I'm at 113% right now.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's called water H.
Water H.
Water H.
Yeah.
Is that Amazon too?
Obviously.
That's the theme.
Is that stainless steel inside or is it plastic?
Yes, it's stainless steel, and it has a silicone cap on the top of it, so that there's not plastic. It's silicone on the lid.
Nice. Oh, good.
And you just take the lid off and wash the bottle, and you can take the silicone thing out and wash it separately. Just don't put the whole top in the water because that's where the electronics are. And it is.
Does it run on batteries?
Yeah, well, it has a USB port in the back of the
Charge
lid.
it. Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
And there's some that are on the bottom. I had the bottom ones before, but I drop my bottle a lot, especially when I'm
you can't put that in
running off the court and pickleball, or running on the court and pickleball. Yeah, it ends up so they get dented on the bottom. So having it on the bottom was not good. So I found one that had it on top, and you can they have some that have they make with straws, but it just find one that if you're really not good at it at keeping up with the water, it will start flashing the ring around the lid and telling you, hey, drink.
Hey, Judy, do you know how much it fits in the like how many ounces that bottle is?
Oh, I bought a 32-ounce one. I wanted a lot. Yeah.
Okay, great.
I didn't want to have to. They have 24. My first one was a 24, and that was annoying because I was always having to refill it.
Right. That's great. Thanks for sharing that.
You can do a water app that actually sounds like water's running. Like it'll alarm you that you need to drink water.
Oh, that's
It would alarm me because
cool.
I'd have to go to the bathroom.
That would make me run to the bathroom.
John said, "What is that?" I said, "That's how I drink water."
No. I have to go to the bathroom. That's sorry. No, that wouldn't work.
Yeah, I'm right with you.
Oh, and one other thing, since we're talking about water, I thought I saw in the book that it was recommended we drink distilled water, or does it
Just
matter?
for the cleanse part. Just for
just the cleanse part. Okay.
Yeah, so if you have filtered water in your refrigerator, or filtered water that you have in your sink that's for drinking, that's filtered, you don't want to drink tap water, of course. But that's fine all the other days. But for lemonade days, you want the distilled.
Is it okay to put lemon or something in the water?
Absolutely. In fact, my sister did this. I thought it was the coolest thing. She would cut up grapefruits and probably lemons and limes, but you cut them up in wedges and freeze them, and she'd add the frozen piece of fruit to a glass of water. And it smells like grapefruit. It's not adding really any sugars or any calories. It's just, it gives it an essence, and it's like an ice cube. So that might be a thing to make it taste better. Certainly you could add cucumber or mint or anything like that. That would be very lovely. Very lovely. Awesome. Anybody else have any suggestions or questions? Lisa?
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. I know we talked earlier today about the apple, that to start on with an apple for me.
Yeah.
What about a grapefruit? Because I do love a grapefruit.
Oh, no, grapefruits are great. I was just trying to think for travel.
Oh yeah. Okay.
For travel,
But I
because you
could
can
do
throw
a
an apple in a
grapefruit.
bag and it can,
Yeah.
grapefruits, if you're going to have fruit, when you guys do get fruit back into your program, you want to remember, first of all, fruit is a carbohydrate, so you count it as one of your 2 servings of carbs. But you want the lower sugar fruits, like a half a cup of berries. Berries are the best bang for your buck, nutritionally low calorie, and they're low sugar. But grapefruit's very low. It's probably one of the lowest sugar fruits outside of like lemons and tomatoes and, avocados.
Right. Awesome.
But yeah, so apples are good. Pears are good. We want to avoid bananas and melons. They're more higher in sugar and carbs and starchy. Low sugar. Cherries are low. Apricots are low. And if you're not sure, I just go to Google and say, what is the glycemic index of a kiwi or whatever? And if the number is under 55, it's a good choice.
Okay.
If it's over 55, if it's between 55 and 70, it's considered medium glycemic. I would, if it's closer to the 55, yeah, maybe. But if it's closer to the 70, then I would say no. And if it's over 70, put it down.
Okay. Tammy, are you saying that
Yes.
I'll never be able to eat a banana again?
No,
Uh-oh.
no, but they are carby and starchy. So
Yeah.
I would say go for green bananas. This is what I do because I do love them. I stay away from them mostly. My roommate actually, she laughs at me because when I cheat, I get a banana. She's like, ooh, you're cheating. But it is. It tastes. But what I do is I freeze it. And then somebody in the group, some wonderful human in the group, taught me how to make homemade chocolate with just coconut oil, the allulose, and then cocoa powder. So if you freeze the banana or you have frozen blueberries or frozen fruit, and you put a little bit of that chocolate on there, oh, that's a little bit of heaven right there. That's a cheat, and it's really kind of not.
How do you do the chocolate?
The recipe is in the drinventino.club. If you go in the recipe section, it'll say homemade chocolate.
Great, thank
The
you.
recipe's there, but the ingredients are just very minimal. It's coconut oil, unsweetened cocoa powder, and allulose, which is a sweetener. Then you can add like a pinch of salt. Someone else added a pinch of cayenne. When you guys bring nuts back, you can put it on a plate on a parchment paper. But once you bring nuts back, you can put nuts on that plate and drizzle that over the nuts and put it back in the freezer. It only takes about 5 minutes to get nice and really firm. And that's fun too.
I've been using monk fruit because it doesn't totally dissolve and it leaves, I like gritty chocolate. And
yes.
So I'll use monk fruit, but then I've also been doing cinnamon and cayenne together.
Ooh.
So I double the recipe because I've been getting the little silicone molds.
Oh, that was you. That was you who showed me the pictures.
And I put a picture of it in the group because I did roses, leaves, American flags, and seashells, and they're just precious. So they're super cute. They were a hit with my in-laws when they visited. In fact, mom wanted the recipe, so I put it really pretty on Canva. So if you want me to post that in there so people can print it, I can.
Yes,
But, that would be great.
But yeah, I make a double batch, and then I usually do with a double batch, I'll do a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon and a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne. And it's just that right amount of sweet spicy at the end of a meal that completely satiates you. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Do you use monk fruit
Tammy?
instead of allulose, Susan?
I don't use allulose. I use the monk fruit.
Okay, monk fruit instead.
Because that's what
Well, allulose doesn't seem to dissolve either, so it's kind of gritty, it's like I'm chewing on sugar. It's like sugar. It's like sugar to me.
It's like one of those high-end chocolates that has that little bit of grit because it's like very little refined.
Yeah.
Susan, Does your monk fruit have what is it? Erythritol in it, or is it just monk fruit?
It does, because that's the only one I can find.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a pure monk fruit. Erythritol, they all mess with my stomach really bad.
Oh, me too. Lakanto, I think, makes one straight monk fruit.
Really?
But
I'll
it's in the sugar section, and it's, if you guys have the Lakanto maple syrup, it's a red and white label, but that same company they have other monk fruit things, but they also have just straight monk fruit. So you can buy the monk fruit like that.
And I could probably still bake with that, or season or sweeten my chocolate with that, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. I know it's more pure. I know it's, when you look at the containers, I think it's less in those containers, and it must be because it's so much more, I don't know, pure, so much stronger. Okay.
Tammy,
Yes.
at what point in the program can you add that, and
Add what?
where the chocolate and
Right now, today.
Okay. And
Unless
where
you're
would
on
you
low
count
lemon
that?
day.
Okay, yeah. But where would you count that as? Is that would count as a carb, right?
Oh no, that would be a
No.
fat all day long.
Just fat all day long.
It's
Okay.
it's primarily coconut oil.
Okay.
That's you're adding some cacao or cocoa powder. Cacao, if you get like a cacao, like an organic fermented cacao, it's going to be a little more nutritious, a little more health benefit. But you could just do plain Hershey's unsweetened cocoa powder. That's fine too. But it's a fat. I would call that a fat.
Okay. And are you talking the coconut oil in the jar? Coconut oil?
Yeah, the firm stuff. The firm stuff. So I put it in a little dish, and I microwave it for, I don't know, 10 seconds, 15, whatever. And then you add your cocoa and your sweetener. Your plate hopefully is already in the freezer with parchment paper, so it's frozen, the plate's frozen. So then once I warm it up and mix everything up, I pour the chocolate mixture onto the parchment paper on the frozen plate, put it back in the freezer for like 5 minutes, and now you have a piece of chocolate. Now she was talking about, she put in these little molds. So there was leaf shapes and whatever, shellfish and all this.
Silicone, so they pop right out.
Yes, and so that's cute. You could have that for a party. You could bring that to a party, and you could have it at the party, so you make good friends that way too.
Yep.
You get invited back to the party doing that.
They do melt though. They melt fast, so you can't.
They do melt faster if you think about it. If it's cold outside, you're fine. But if it's hot outside, you can't take them anywhere. Because like even coconut oil in my house, I don't keep it freezing here. It's very soft.
Yeah.
In my cabinet. So that's why, I make the thing, I freeze it, and I leave it in the freezer or the refrigerator, and then it's fine.
Is that unsweetened cocoa powder? Is it dark or is it milk?
Cocoa powder is always cocoa powder. It's dark.
It's just it's dark, right? Okay. I don't like milk.
There's no
Okay.
No dairy in it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, because I use the cacao, but it's organic. It's fermented too. So.
Yeah. So am I okay saying, and correct me if this isn't good to say for the group, but I take the program smoothie, add more cacao to it, some cinnamon, I put frozen spinach, and then I put my chocolate collagen in it.
That's
and
perfect.
That's giving me some extra calories, but I put stevia. I put some stevia in it, and I got to tell you what, it's very good. That's yummy.
That sounds wonderful.
It really is good.
Because a lot of times people ask me, can I do the shake as a meal substitute? And it's designed to be that way, but in my nutrition brain, I'm like, there's no vegetables, there's no fat, that's not complete. So if you're having a handful of spinach and you put a little bit of coconut oil or a little avocado or a little, you can even do nuts once nuts come back, and that'll creamy it up. But now we're talking complete because you have the protein in the protein powder, the fat, and your vegetable. And you don't taste the spinach. You don't
Not at all.
And the avocado will make it smoother.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's so good with avocado. Yeah.
I just added the PDF for the chocolates in the chat.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So Tammy, I made the pudding. How do you do? I added the amount of gelatin that it said to add, and trust me, I didn't mind. I still liked the flavor of it, but it just did not gelatin up. What would I do different?
Yeah, you might want to add next time you do it, add more gelatin. I made it last time I made it. I knew that. I had the same, so I'm like, oh, I need to add more. Then it was too firm. But if it's too firm, you can, if you have a hand blender, like, you know, like an electric blender, they said you could blend it and then it will kind of break it down and turn it more into like a pudding. So if you add, and by the way, adding too much gelatin would be a benefit because it's actually good for the gut and it's good for your hair, your skin, and your nails. But it's really good for any kind of leaky gut. It's just good for your immune system. It's going to make your hair, nails, your skin, you know, so you want gelatin. Gelatin is your friend.
Aren't we trying to get the as organic and type? I can't remember, but I have a beef.
Well, gelatin is going to be bovine. It's going to come from a cow.
Always? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Okay. And I thought it was type 1 and 3 or something like that.
That's collagen.
Uh-oh.
Collagen have the types.
Uh-oh. That's why it didn't gel up. Whoops, sorry.
Yeah, you want to add gelatin. So I bought, and again, guess what? It's on Amazon, and it's Now brand, just gelatin. So you could actually make your own Jello with it if you wanted to play with it. This is how you'd make any, and add your own fruit or your own flavors wherever you're at. But I used it to make the chocolate pudding, and it came out. The first time I made it, it came out good. The second time I make it out, it was too watery. The third time I made it out, it was too firm. But it was still chocolate pudding. So I was so excited. I was happy about it.
Very.
At what point in the program can we have the chocolates?
The chocolate, you can have that today.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you go to the group, by the way, let me take you here. If you have any other recipes, oh, sheesh, come on now. Again. Go to the recipe section right here. Can you see my screen?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you click on recipes, and then if you put your picture, oh, there's her chocolates right there with her American flag chocolate. You can see it right there.
Nice.
Cool. So that's what that looks like. But if you have a recipe or a picture of one of the recipes, click recipes first. That way it will always be in the recipe section. So 2 months from now or a month from now, somebody's looking in the recipe section, they'll be able to see the pictures. So it's nice if you guys want to add pictures of a recipe that's in our book and just say, hey, this was whatever. And this is what it looks like. If you guys wanted to add that, perfectly fine. But just click recipes first. That way it would end up in the recipe section. Because otherwise it just gets pushed to the bottom.
Tammy, could you add recipes that may not be in the book but would work?
Yeah, sure.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, guys, I've got to head out like a baby, split like a banana, leave like a tree.
Thank you.
You guys have a great night, and thank you so much for being here. We had a good group tonight. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.